So I don't know if you have noticed, but over the past month, Mr. McAfee has not been on Raw. He has been absent.
He just took time
And
off, didn't he?
yes, in his spot has been Corey Graves. Now, they did address it. McAfee basically said, I mean, what he described is burnt out, right? So he said he has,
His podcast, he has game day, and then he's doing Raw.
yeah, so he's just taking a break from Raw because he's basically just been burnt out. But in his space has been Corey Graves. He's off of punishment from back when he said that he was
Passed
not
over.
famous enough. So he has been filling in on commentary and pretty wildly across the Wrestleverse, fans have been enjoying it. So much so, there's been this big thing about maybe McAfee shouldn't come back. You're burnt out. Why don't you just stay burnt out? Which brings us to our story. So, backstage update on this whole Corey Graves filling in for Pat McAfee. And as the story goes, there are people who believe that Graves is too good not to be on Raw or SmackDown as like a permanent commentator. Yeah, as I filled you in, there's a strong sentiment that in WWE, Corey Graves should be a permanent fixture on main roster television, regardless of Pat McAfee's availability. According to the new report, many in the company feels Graves is too talented and passionate not to have a weekly presence on Monday Night Raw or Friday Night SmackDown. We can go ahead and say probably it would be Raw because there's the Tessitore and Wade Barrett on SmackDown. And then it just goes on to give a little background. Graves has been in WWE since 2011, commentary since 2014, yada, yada, yada. So have you, one, even noticed that Corey Graves is there?
Oh, absolutely. Remember I told you him and Conan were the shining spot of the whole pay-per-view. Like they would do
Yeah.
backstories and they really got you invested in the matches and stuff. And I've always liked Corey Graves. Yeah, he's obnoxious sometimes, but I think he's a hell of a lot better than Cole and McAfee.
Yeah, and there's fans who don't like McAfee on commentary. You know, I'm a McAfee fan, so I wouldn't say that I don't like him on commentary, but I will agree that when he's there, it's not as serious as when Graves is there.
He turns it into a joke. He says he's been a lifelong wrestling fan, but he clearly only likes the cartoon aspects of it. And he likes getting on the desk and doing the hand waving shit. His little stupid McAfee minute. Fuck him.
And that's part of the thing. I don't know how to best say it, but maybe the weekly television thing isn't for him. Like, I think it would be better to bring him in for pay per views or PLEs.
Sure.
And even at that, the big ones. Don't bring him in for fucking Night of Champions. Like, bring him in for SummerSlam, bring him in for the big five, Survivor Series, WrestleMania. But yeah, the weekly thing really it doesn't help him to be out there calling Tozawa matches. Like, yes, that can be for Corey Graves.
I would get rid of him altogether. Him and Cole. I think they're both terrible. Tessitore's right up there.
He's getting kind of annoying.
Yeah. We know what you mean, Jacob.
Yeah, we not that I mean. Like, you ain't helping him. Wade Barrett's great.
Yeah.
So maybe it's just like the color guy. They have good color guys and they don't have good play by play guys. Cole could be something, but he's always miscalling stuff, not calling stuff.
Well, he
Like,
needs to get his little buzzwords in. McIntyre's core strength.
that's true. What stuck out to me was a couple weeks when AJ Styles did the Yushi Giroshi, and then Corey Graves called it as such, and then Cole was like surprised, was like, "Well, you don't hear that often." Well, that's the move name, so you should. So yeah, he
Yeah, I
just
can't.
doesn't call moves.
I don't think he cares.
Well, at this point, yeah, he probably just kind of riding it out. I mean, there is
Yeah.
some passion to it because, like they've touted, he's only missed like one show or something like that. So
He gets paid to sit there and talk about dudes pretending to fight. What's there to miss?
I don't know. Maybe have something to do on a Monday.
I think it'd be all right. Get some free room service.
To be honest, McAfee is probably not coming back, at least for a while. He might be
Right?
gone until WrestleMania because as the calendar turns, we are in a football month. And he's already announced on his show, they're going to have a live show from the Hall of Fame game. So take him away for that. And then you got college football starting, and he's on the game day crew. That's in August. Hook him, by the way. All that to say, Pat McAfee will be starting up college football before you know it here. So between that and football starting at the end of this month, yeah, I don't know if he's coming back until WrestleMania time.
It's interesting that the WWE is the only occupation that he decides to take a break from.
His bread is buttered by his own show.
I don't care. I don't watch his other shows. I don't give a fuck what he does in his other shows. What I do know is he talks about being a lifelong fan. He talks about having the passion for WWE, and his little bitch ass is taking a little break because he can't sit and fucking talk. But he can sit and talk for his other stupid show. No
The
problem.
reason he's on commentary is because of his other show. That was the other thing I was gonna say. If you really want to use the power of McAfee, the commentary is not where it should be. Send people to his show.
Oh,
Make
absolutely.
that his contribution. You reach a wider audience. Like he can be a pipeline to the football fans to WWE. And I think that would be where his best contribution is, not the weekly show. Again, show up for special events, SummerSlam, WrestleMania, that stuff. But you don't need to be there on a weekly basis. No one wants to be there on a weekly basis, if I'm being honest. I feel sorry for the live streamers, the watch along people. Like they have to sit through these weekly shows. Like when I start doing watch alongs, it's not going to be the weekly show. I'll tell you that now. It'll be the pay per views only.
If they were to migrate to just having the wrestlers go to a show and doing interviews, I think that'd be a good idea. Hopefully he doesn't get burnt out from that too. Don't want to break a nail or something.
Well, think about it. You downplay this. So he does his show 11 to 2, maybe 3
Okay.
sometimes. Get on a plane, fly to wherever Raw is, do the Raw show,
Sits down.
get on a plane, fly back to Indiana or Indianapolis, wherever he is, only to get back up at, well, the show starts at 11. So that means you got to get there early to prepare and set up everything and get your guests lined up and all that. So it never was feasible for him to do that all the time.
How many millions is he making? Get your ass up. You sit down on your ass and you fucking talk about sports. You're talking about being burnt out. Fuck you.
Well, when you make millions, you can be burnt out. I noticed like people who get burnt out are they usually make a lot of money. But let us know in the comments. Do you think Pat McAfee should return? Do you want to see Pat McAfee return? Should Corey Graves be the permanent commentator guy? Let us know.